Hi everyone. This part of the video is going to be learning objectives 3 and 4, and then we'll have one more video that will be learning objectives 5 and 6, and then we'll have one discussing the assignments, the assignment. All right, so let's look at this one. This time we're talking about planning visual aids and multimedia presentations. And this is a really cool quote. Tell me I forget it, show me I remember, involve me I understand. Your goals as a speaker are to make your listeners understand, remember, and act. Some experts claim that we acquire 85% of all of our knowledge visually. Good visual aids serve many purposes. They emphasize and clarify main points, involve comprehension and retention, increase audience interest, and they make the presenter appear more professional and better prepared. All right. Types of visual aids. Multimedia sites with software programs like Microsoft PowerPoint, Apple Keynote, Apache, all those. You can create dynamic, colorful presentations with your desktop, laptop, tablet, or your smartphone. I wouldn't want to try and do it on a smartphone, but in a lot of smartphones you can. The output from these programs is generally shown on a computer screen, TV monitor, or an LCD panel or screen. Handouts, so we have multimedia sites. We have handouts. You can enhance and complement your presentation by distributing pictures, outlines, brochures, articles, that type of thing. And here's a nice comparison. Pros and cons of high tech and low tech. So if you have multimedia slides, create professional appearance, art, able to incorporate video and audio and hyperlinks. If you're going to use hyperlinks, make sure that the internet connection is available where you're speaking at and it's trustworthy. Easy to use and transport via removable storage media. Inexpensive to update. And cons, present potential incompatibility issues, costly projection equipment. This is getting less expensive. Tempt user to include razzle-dazzle features that may fail to add value. Zoom presentations, nonlinear 3D quality allows presenter to zoom in and out. Attractive templates, and you can insert rich media presentations. It's cloud-based, so no internet access is required. No way to edit the images, though. You have sometimes limited font choices, and there are no separate slides. Zooming can be distracting, even nauseating. Videos give an accurate representation of the content. Creates potential for compatibility issues. Expensive to create. Low tech is the old-fashioned handouts. Encourage audience participation, easy to maintain and update. Increase risk of unauthorized duplication of speaker's material. In other words, somebody plagiarizes you. Flip charts or whiteboards. These are getting less familiar, less used. Provides inexpensive, it's easy to create and modify. Record comments from the audience, which I've seen one of the best uses for it. And combine with more high-tech visuals in the same presentation. So you go from two varieties. You go from the multimedia high-tech, and then you get them going, their mind switching over, and you use a whiteboard. Flip charts is a little distracting because you have to flip the pages, whereas a big whiteboard, you can just write on it. Make sure all your pens work if you do that. Require graphics talent, difficult for larger audiences to see. Yeah, because if you write small, the people in the very back on row number 40 isn't going to be able to tell it. Props, open a realistic reinforcement of message content. Lead to extra work and expense in transporting and replacing worn objects. It depends on what you're using for props, okay? Zoom presentations, many business presenters feel limited by multimedia slides, which can tend to be too flat, too linear. Software such as Prezi and which is a cloud-based presentation. I like Prezi. I don't get to use as much as I like, but it has a lot of neat features. Some of you may have written about Prezi in your discussions, I think. And business people can design 3D presentations. I'd love to, but I don't know how. Prezi Zoom presentation. Prezi uses one canvas for a presentation rather than individual slides, and they do. For those of you that haven't looked, the images here on your left is what goes into Prezi presentation. And so they have the background of the tree. And so this is like one slide. This is another slide. This is another slide, another one, another one. And you can zoom it here on the right. Designing an impressive multimedia presentation. Presentation Guru. Experts recommend creating slideshows that tell a story and send a powerful message with much less text and more images. People will stay more in tune with you if you do more images, but you have to have words in there sometimes. Presentation Guru Gar Reynolds urges readers to unleash their creativity. Remember, what you may think is creative, somebody else would not. Do not let mere habit and the habits of others dictate your decisions. Let's see, less text-laden design choices are turning to Zoom presentations and other media-rich presentations, such as Prezi and SlideRocket. I am not familiar with SlideRocket. Figure 14.6 we're going to see. SlideRocket's cloud-based presentation software, like PowerPoint, allows users to create your slides, so you have that creativity thing and control. Takes emphasis off of bullet points. Instead, SlideRocket offers numerous tools to help users create visually rich slides, stock photos, flash animation, in 2D and 3D transitional effects, tables, and charts. Okay. So I'm assuming that their slides are down here, and this is the main one. Let's see. Another way to master PowerPoint and Prezi is to read a book. Just let me play with it. That's me. Applying the 3x3 writing process. You guys knew we had to get to the 3x3 writing process in here somewhere, didn't you? You've had it all quarter. We could not have done a chapter without the 3x3 writing process. All right, so let's see how that works. In the first phase, pre-writing, you analyze, anticipate, and adapt. Second phase, you research, organize, compose, and design. Third phase, you edit, proofread, and evaluate. So, analyze, making the best content and design choices for your presentation. So you need to think, will your slides be used during a live presentation? Is it going to be self-running? Will they be saved on a server so people can see it when they get around to it? Will they be sent as a PowerPoint show or PDF to a client? Are you converting your presentation for viewing on smartphones or tablets? Anticipating your audience. Think about how you design your presentation to get the most positive response. Okay. You always have to remember, I've been telling you guys, you have to write for your reader, not for you. A lot of people write for their readers, for themselves, not for their readers. You need to write for your readers. No difference here. You need to present for your audience. They respond to the colors you use. Like if you give me hot pink or hot green, I'm automatically mentally out of there. Primary ideas are generally conveyed with bold colors such as blue, green, and purple. Bold, but not mind-boggling. Because messages that colors convey can vary from culture to culture. Remember that one assignment where the Trek bicycle people did not pay attention to the colors it's meant in Asia, and they used the wrong ones. It was an insult. All right, so you have to be careful. Okay, United States blue is the color of credibility. And I always forget this. I think it's highly interesting. Blue is a color of credibility, tranquility, conservatism, and trust. Therefore, it's a background of color of choice for a lot of businesses. Green relates to interaction, growth, money, and stability. Okay. You can work well as a background or an accent color. Purple can also work as a background or accent color. It conveys spirituality, royalty, dreams, and humor. As for text, adjust the color in such a way that it provides high contrast and is readable. Remember the size of the font. Okay, do not make it small. The people that are further back from you will have a harder time reading, so do the 30 if you can. As for text, adjust the color. White or yellow usually works well on dark backgrounds. Don't do dark backgrounds. Just as you, well, white on dark backgrounds, but be careful. Just as you anticipate audience members' reaction to color, you can usually anticipate their reactions. So here is some ideas of reactions. Adapting text and color selections. Adapt the amount of text on your slide to how your audience will use the slides. General guidelines. Most graphic designers encourage a 6x6 rule, 6 bullets per screen max. Oh, 6 bullets per screen max. Okay. Adapt colors based on when the presentation is going to be given. Okay. Use light text on a dark background for presentations in darkened rooms. Use dark text on a light background for presentations in lighter rooms. If you don't know how the room's going to be, you could usually call somebody and find out. Research your presentation options. If you need to present a complicated thought, learn more about PowerPoint, Skyrocket, or Prezi. Besides using online tutorials and studying books, you're going to have to get some experience. Check with fellow students or team members. When you prepare your presentation, translate the major headings into your outline into titles for your slides. Then build bullet points using short phrases. So in Chapter 5, you learn to improve the readability by graphic highlighting. Slides or your canvas you create to accompany your spoken can be organized. You have 3 points in your presentation. Create a blueprint slide that captures the 3 points in a visually appealing way. Working with templates, all presentation programs require you to select or create a template that will serve as a background. Okay. One big advantage of templates is they get you started quickly. Composing your presentation during the composition stage, many users fall into the trap of excessive formatting and programming. They throw away their precious time fine-tuning the slides or canvas. They don't spend enough time on what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. Just be careful. Set a limit for how much time you're going to spend making your slides or your canvas visually appealing. Watch out for the bells and whistles. They need to be based on what audience expects and what your content requires. Okay. So here, create a slide or canvas only if it accomplishes at least one. Generates interest, highlights points, introduces or reviews your key points, provides a transition, or illustrates and simplifies. Optimal effect when using PowerPoint or other ones. Avoid long, boring bulleted lists. We just said that a few minutes ago. Figure 14.7 shows you how to make your slides visually appealing with relatively small changes. Notice that the bulleted items on the before and after slide are not parallel. Okay, the second and sixth bullet expresses the same thought. Shopping online is convenient and easy. Some bullets are too long. So you just have to use some common sense. Editing, proofreading, and evaluating. Use a PowerPoint slide sorter to view and rearrange things. You can also use Prezi to make necessary changes. You can move them around as well. As you're advising, check carefully to find spelling, grammar, punctuation, and other errors. Use PowerPoint, Slide Rocket, or Prezi spell check feature, but don't rely on it. So let's look at 14.7. Reasons for selling online. Your online businesses can grow globally. Customer convenience, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing particularly interesting. So over here, which one do you like better? Why should you sell online? Grow business globally, offer convenience so you have a store, conduct business, great policies, save rent on staff, okay? The final stage in applying 3x3 is develop a PowerPoint or Slide Rocket or Prezi presentation involves evaluation. Is your message presented in a visually appealing way? Which one do you like better? The dark purple background and the complementary hues in the slideshow on figure 14.9 are standard choices, okay? We're going to look at here in just a minute. Practicing and preparing. One expert advises presenters to complete their PowerPoint slides, whatever slides you're using, a week before the actual talk and rehearse several times a day. The thing is that by the time you get to the point of creating your PowerPoint, hopefully you will have researched it, read through it, thought about it to where you really do know the material. It's just of how you've organized it. Yes, allow plenty of time to test your equipment. I have seen presenters in front of like 30 or 40 people have a PowerPoint that doesn't work. Confirm the places you plan to stand are not in the line of projected image. Remember, yeah, my boss, audience members don't appreciate having part of the slide displayed on your body. So here we have way too many words. If you're going to present this one. So you have this. Strive to have no more than 6 bullets per slide and no more than 6 words per bullet. Okay, 6 or fewer bullets per slide.